Everybody's been scammed, but have you ever been double scammed all in one place? Hoovie got double scammed really hard on this poor Mitsubishi. Let's find out what happened. Let's get started. Hope you guys like the new intro. Mrs. Wizard changed it up a little bit, made it a little shorter so it's not long and drawn out. Let us know in the comments what you think. But you guys might have seen this already on Hoovie's garage. This is his 2008 Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 10 or Evolution 10. He bought it and he knew it wasn't in the best shape. But after he received it, he got scammed not once, but twice. He got scammed in the delivery and he got scammed once it arrived, and he looked the car over and he was like, oh my. He got it from both ends. It's really, really bad. Let's take a look around this thing. It's a little rough, but it's not terrible, but what's underneath was really bad. Here's the front of this Evo 10, and you can see that the paint doesn't match the rest of the car. It's like a darker shade of gray. You can also see some crinkles, like it's had some small impacts or scratches or something along the lines there. As you go around to the side, it has an interesting type of, I don't know if you call it a quick release or something, but a zip tie holds it on and you can quickly remove your bumper and do work or whatever you need to do. Kind of a strange setup. I'm not real familiar with tuning and things of that nature, especially like this, but definitely something that's strange. As you go down this side, you can see the wheels have been scuffed up pretty bad. It's got some pretty deep gouging on the ram's edges, and it looks like those tires are not wide enough for these wheels. They kind of stretched them to make them fit. But the paint is decent on the rest of the body. It has a big wang, Mrs. Wizard.
That's, I guess, attractive.
Yep, and it's got something here. I don't know if it's a button or I'm not sure what that is. You guys can let us know in the comments what that does. As you can see, it has the exhaust attached to it, but when it arrived from Hoovie, it did not. And there's a story behind that. And down this side, you can see it's not damaged, it's not beat up, and the paint is, like I mentioned a minute ago, actually fair. But on top of the hood, it has some paint peeling on the little knock-a-duct there. Let's go ahead and open the hood. Just a second, guys. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, it's a notification from my Reolink Duo 3 security camera showing this really shady character in the shop. Reolink is the sponsor of today's video. They are a leading security camera company. Look at the clarity of this 16 megapixel camera. You can clearly see me and my bald head. Oh, and there's Mrs. Wizard too. As you could have guessed, having security in the shop is a must. We've always had a security system with cameras, but technology advances so fast, this camera is much better than what I used to have. This one Wi-Fi camera has a seamless 180-degree panoramic view which covers so much of my shop, even when we turn off most of the lights at the end of the day. It was so easy to set up too, with the flexible mounting options, and the dual band Wi-Fi 6 made this the easiest camera I've ever set up. I love their app. Now, I don't really need notifications. There's motion in the shop right now, but it's really assuring to know when we're not here and the cars and equipment are safe. I can keep an eye on the shop from anywhere at any time, even during those rare times we're out of town. Here's a quick time lapse of a regular day of just working in the shop. You can see that Crazy D, Danielson, Junior Mint, and I are kept very busy. We really get our steps in walking around this large shop. If the camera does detect motion, it doesn't send just one picture. It uses their special motion track feature that records a 15-second clip and combines the actions into one picture. The app also gives me real-time alerts, live viewing, and stored footage playback. Their cameras are very affordable and they don't require an expensive monthly storage subscription. This little camera supports up to 512 gigabyte micro SD card. I can now keep an even better eye on Hoovie trying to sneak yet another hoopty into the shop, or worse yet, trying to get out of here without paying a bill. A massive thanks to Reolink for sponsoring this video. If you want to check out more details about the Duo 3 Wi-Fi and other security cameras, then head over to my link in the description. Now back to this Evo 10. So taking a look under the hood, this is a 291 horsepower, 2-liter turbo 4-cylinder. It has roughly 270 pound-feet of torque. This car can do 0 to 60 in about 5 seconds. And normally it's an all-wheel drive car, but this one has some issues, so it's only working with front-wheel drive at the moment. As you can see back there behind the exhaust manifold, we have a downpipe that was bought used off the internet. there is some of the scamming that happened to Hoovie. We're going to show you here in a little bit. But the engine appears to be in decent condition. Most everything is intact. There's some really weird things going on with this car. That's the second part of the scam with Hoovie. One part of the scam involves the shipper. The other one involves the person who sold this car, got rid of this car. Let's let Mrs. Wizard show you guys around the interior. You're going to see some more of the scamming that went on.
112,237 miles. And yes, they have added a few items to our gauge cluster, which you can see nestled back there. But you can see that on the left side, they have an air-fuel ratio gauge. And on the right side, they have a gauge to watch the boost. Okay, but it's looking okay so far. I don't see anything roached out, nothing bad. So we move up. It's looking okay, nothing too bad. Maybe a few dust motes, and that's about it. As we go down, well, we've got some sticky residue, but you know, that can be cleaned off easily enough. You can see we have our Rockford Fosgate integrated stereo into the car, and it looks like it's doing well. I don't see anything scratched up or marked or anything. But as we move down, you'll see we have our HVAC system dials, and we have what makes this car so much fun. We do have our gear selector. But as we keep looking around, you'll see that things are not quite what they should be. Like this seat. This seat does not look like this is what came with the car. And let me tell you, it is kind of dirty. It's kind of got some marks on it. And I feel like I'm sitting in like a really, really, really cheap car from today. There's no give, and that is fake bolster on the sides. It is not hugging you. Our door panel is lots of plastic, and it's in good shape. I don't see anything wrong there, but on the bottom, we can see that one piece is missing and see a lot of exposed wires. We also can see that the carpet is falling down there, so I'm not sure if that piece is missing or just needs to be tucked back in there. Ew, Hoovie, you got some cleaning to do. Sorry, buddy. But here is something that's interesting. Yes, I have my gloves on today because it's cold in the shop. We have our key for those roached out wheels. That's interesting. Okay. I guess they're protecting their scars and trophies of the roadway. And in the back, well, Hoovie is storing a few items. Maybe some of those are the panels that are supposed to be holding and, you know, hiding things. Not sure what's going on there, but I imagine that, well, the wizard will get that sorted out eventually. I'm not sure what is going on with the headliner over here. Exploding pop rocks, maybe? I don't know. So back at our steering wheel, we do have our Mitsubishi symbol in the center, and again, some more roached out areas, and I'm not even going to touch that because ew, that is gross. So, okay, so we've seen the interior. It's had better days, but it's not totally roached out. Let's get this in the air and see what's going on underneath.
Before we get in the air, I wanted to show you guys another area where there's some damage going on. It's either they locked their keys in the car or someone tried to break into this car. You can see that this part of the pillar is sticking out. I can almost put my fingers in. And if you go up to the top here, you can see where someone put a crowbar or something and tried to pry and get in there and get the door unlocked. So that's quite unfortunate. Another thing I wanted to show you real quick is actually the gas cap, or I guess the lid. When Hoovie showed up, he mentioned he couldn't put gas in it because when he pulled the lever, this wouldn't even open. It was just a little spring inside that was broken. We got a new spring in, and now it springs open like it's supposed to. Let's go ahead and get this thing up in the air. There's even more to show. Let's take a look underneath and show you what we found. We can see right away the lower cover is missing, and here's the intercooler. I believe they had a larger intercooler or something different, and before they traded it in or took it in to sell, they put this one back on. They didn't even bolt it on. The bolts are missing. The whole thing just kind of hanging there. I don't understand what happened there. It's kind of strange. We can see this cooler here is just kind of hanging. It should probably have some ductwork or something here to help direct airflow, but it's just all this is broken and missing. There's some strips of the remaining cover that should have been there. One thing that looks kind of like a farmer's repair is it has kind of a diamond style mesh here. But if you look over here, it's square. This is like something for a rabbit pen they would use for a rabbit or a pet guinea pig or a hamster or something. They kind of just randomly screwed it in. And don't worry, they made it match on the other side as well. They just kind of just ran random screws through here to try to hold it on. It looks really, really bad, actually. This CV boot looks like it's getting ready to tear. You can see it's loose there. Look how rusty they are, guys. It's been sitting for a long time. Look at the rust inside of there. It's going to need new pads and rotors for sure. Struts look dry, luckily. Check the other side. Same thing, pads are probably, even if they have some meat left on them, they're all contaminated with all this rust now. Everything looks okay there. CV boot, looks like it's been slinging grease out of it. So here's what I'm talking about with the tires. You can see the tread is narrower than the wheel. They've kind of stretched or spread out the beads to try to make them fit. These are not the right tire size for this wheel at all. Now on our little transfer case unit that actually sends power to the rear wheels, you can see the output shafts are leaking. It's got a little bit of a leak there. These are all things here. There's some of it will make sense when we see what's going on with the scam situation. But as we move back to here, when this car arrived, when Hoovie brought it, it had a broken downpipe just hanging. All of these oxygen sensor wires were stretched and broken, and this entire exhaust piece was ripped off. He had it in the back seat sitting to be reinstalled, and I'll tell you that story as soon as we get it on the ground, but this was all botched up. They completely ripped this thing. There's two separate scams going on here. Keep in mind, we're going to go over that as soon as we get it on the ground. Drive shaft looks okay, nothing's loose there. Here's our rear differential, which currently is not engaging. And Danielson has actually checked that, and it is bad. And I'll show you here in a minute where it's bad. Let's check these brakes. Again, severely rusted, like really, really bad. This car sat somewhere for at least 2 or 3 years. Check over here, same situation. But here's something else going on too. Look at the spring, guys. Cracked right in half. Those springs aren't even doing any good. It's crushed. So these springs aren't even doing any good. They're crushed. Let's check the other side. Oh, same thing. Look at that, guys. Cracked clear in half. So I mentioned that all-wheel drive isn't working. We found out this unit is dead. We put power to the motor is seized up. It has little hydraulic lines that go over to the differential and actually actuate it. This unit is dead. I think Hoovie has one coming from J&J. It also has some other parts coming from them as well. But let's get this thing on the ground and talk about what's going on with these scams. I kind of put 2 and 2 together, he did too, and we figured out what happened. And in case you didn't watch the interior review, which you really should, you would have noticed it's missing the Recaro Evo 10 seats. There's supposed to be some leather Recaro seats with good side bolster. It currently has standard Mitsubishi Lancer seats in it. So that's part 1 scam, and there's a part 2 scam. Part 1 scam is before any of this happened, before the car even was put for sale, they raided this car. They took out the nice Recaro seats and threw in some standard Lancer seats. They modified the front grille and did some weird stuff to it. They took off their nice intercooler and put on a different one. It didn't even bolt it on. The springs are broken. There's lots of parts and things missing on this car that were just stolen off of it. They either threw standard Lancer parts on it or just didn't even put the parts back on. It's amazing it was even running. And that's not bad enough. That's the first scam. They really ripped Hoovie off on this. The second scam was the shippers. Now, me and Tyler have been friends for a long time, and we've been through this many times. I'll talk about it here in a minute, but the shippers ripped the living hell out of the exhaust. When they were backing it off the trailer, they just stretched it and ripped it to pieces. Here's the old downpipe. They ripped it so hard, it tore this metal mesh in half, clear in half. And this accordion should be nice stacked neatly, not spread open like this. Look at this, guys. They even crinkled and ripped holes in it. Attached to this was the old oxygen sensors, air-fuel ratio, whatever. Here's the old ones here. You can see the crinkles in the shielding. They stretched these so hard that inside, underneath the shielding, the wires are broken clear and in half. They just ripped, just tore them. And there's also a third one that goes on the exhaust pipe itself, but all 3 sensors were just ripped and just destroyed. Luckily, they didn't damage the rest of the exhaust that goes all the way back. They did rip all of the rubber donuts that hold it up. I had to source a good used downpipe, take the old one off, put this one on, and put all new auction sensors. This was done by the shippers. So let's kind of recap here. It's kind of a confusing video. It's a lot of information. This is broken, but where did this happen and where did that happen? You have to realize when Hoovie purchased this, he was scammed on two separate fronts. The first front was before it even got shipped, before anything happened, the previous owner raided this car. They took the correct seats, the correct intercooler, all kinds of correct parts, and threw in basic Lancer parts and just stole all the good stuff off and dumped it off to Hoovie, ripping him off seriously. The seller didn't disclose all this to him. He assumed when he purchased this vehicle it could come with all these items because it's an Evo 10. It should have all that stuff. And when it arrived, it's missing. It's gone. Before he had a chance to even inspect the car, the shipper scammed him on front number 2, or phase 2 of the scam here. They called him and said, "We're running behind. Can we dump this car off at Eurasian Bob's at midnight tonight? We'll just dump it off and be on our way. We got to get time caught up here. We're really running behind." And Hoovie, both of us have been through this shipping thing for many years. We've known each other for 12, 14, 15 years, a long time. Because he used to have a car dealership, he's used shippers for all this time, shippers, and it's always some sob story with them. My truck broke down, my tire blew out, I'm running behind. Or either that they damage your car, they knowingly damage your car, and somehow find a way to lie about it and dump off the car without you being there. So that when you do receive the car, you say, "Hey, this thing's damaged," and they'll say, "It was that way when we picked it up." Who's the wiser? How do you know? So that's basically what happened here. They dumped off the car. When Hoovie finally arrived to inspect the car, the exhaust was completely ripped off. Whenever it was removed off the vehicle, it caught on something, and they didn't stop. They just kept going and just ripped the whole thing off. Hoovie tried to speak with them about it. "Hey, you know, this exhaust is ripped." They're like, "Oh, I don't know. It was that way when we got blah, blah, blah." You know, is it worth it to try and sue them? Most of these companies are owned by parent companies that aren't even in this country. So you could be in and out of court for the next year and a half and spending $10,000, $20,000 on attorney's fees to recoup a couple grand it took to get this back fixed again. Not worth it. But it is really sad. Hoovie had high hopes for this car. He's really excited about it. He thought this would be a neat little car. And on two different avenues, he was scammed really hard. Now you can throw yourself on the floor, you can have a tantrum, you can just throw a fit and call people and cuss them out. That doesn't get you anywhere. Me and him have been through this before. We've been scammed by shippers or other car sellers. The only thing you can do, the only logical thing you can do, is fix what's broken and move on with life. That's all you can do. So we got the exhaust fixed. We're going to take care of the suspension for him. We're going to get his all-wheel drive fixed. He's going to get the proper seats and everything. J&J is going to help out with this. J&J Auto Wrecking in Marshallville, Ohio. And we'll get this thing fixed up and get it to where it should be. At least it'll be an enjoyable running, driving car. Already when he brought it here, it didn't have any power. It barely ran because the auction sensors were literally ripped in half. Now it has good readings. It's actually running very good. If you saw in his video, he went and drove it. Very happy with the results. So I wanted to show you how sometimes you can purchase a car, it's on its way to be delivered to you, and you don't even know that they're dropping off a bomb, like a scam bomb. It can happen, guys. So if you're curious what kind of tools we use to work on this Evo, or we will use to continue to work on it, check our Amazon affiliates, link in the description below. We get a small cut if you purchase anything. We really appreciate it. And make sure to hit the subscribe button because there's many more cool videos to come. Thanks for watching.